Hello everyone, welcome to you on channel. I hope you all are healthy and doing well in your studies. So let's start today's class, and today's topic of the class is string handling. Yes, we are going to start a new chapter and this is string handling. So in string handling, first we will see what is a string and then we will see few operations of string. So let's start. I hope you already have idea about string. So what is a string? String is a collection of characters enclosed within double quotes. So this is the definition of string. You can say it is a collection of characters enclosed within double quotes, right? Now it can be written string str. You can take any string. I am taking suppose welcome, right? So this is a string, collection of string enclosed within double quotes. So this is a string, right? Now when this string is stored in computer memory, how does it store? It stores as a sequence of characters like this. So string stores as a sequence of characters, right? And each character has its own index like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0 index of first character, it always starts with 0, not with 1, right? So 0 index, first character is at 0 index, second character is at 1, third 2, and so on. And what is str? Str is a reference to this memory location where this string is stored. So str is a reference variable which refers to the memory location where the string is stored, right? Now the question arises, can there be any string without character or the 0 character? Suppose if I write string S1 equals to this represent blank, okay? So yes, you can represent the string without any character, and this string is called empty string. So what is an empty string? Empty string is a string with 0 character. String with 0 character is called empty string, right? And with empty string we can perform all the string operation whatever we can do with a normal string, right? So with empty string we can perform all the string operation. For example, length is a operation or method used for string, right? So if you use the length function with empty string, it will show you 0 because there is no character, fine. So what is empty string? String with 0 character, right? And it is represented like this, fine. Now one more term is there, null string. Is the empty string and null string both are same? No, this is also not same. So what is null string? So let's see. So what is a null string? Null string is a string which has not been initialized with any value. Which has not been initialized with any value, right? For example, if I write string S, that's it. We have not initialized even with blank. We have not initialized with anything. Or you can write string S equals to null, right? So what is the difference between this and this? See, as we have said, all string operation can be performed with empty string, but no operations can be performed with null string. One difference. Second difference is S1 is a reference which refer to a memory location with 0 character, but S1 refer to the any memory location. But in this case, S is a reference variable which doesn't refer to any memory location. Null means no memory address, right? So this is the main difference. Null means no memory address or you can say in null string, reference variable, this S1 is reference variable, doesn't refer to any memory location. Does not refer to, cross means no, does not refer to any memory location. But in empty string, it refers to the memory location where no character is stored, right? And in empty string, you perform all the string operation, but in null string, you cannot perform any string operation. It will show you the runtime error if you try out. If you try the s.length, it will throw some exception or runtime error. Fine. Now one more term is there, and that is immutable. So let's see. So we say string is immutable. What does immutable means? Immutable means once created, can't be changed. Once created, can't be changed. It means if you have created the string, you cannot make changes in the string. But when you perform some operations on string, you will find that there are some methods like replace or concat or trim. So it means you are making changes in the string. Concat means what? You are combining another string with the already given string, right? So, and trim means you remove the blank spaces between the, I will tell what is actually trim means. It removes the leading and trailing spaces. Fine, we will discuss it after this topic. And one more is replace. So replace means what? You can replace one character by another. You can replace one character with another character. So how does it possible? We are saying string is immutable. So to make it more clear, let's take example string str equals to hello. Fine. So what does it mean? It means str refers to the memory location in which the hello is stored, right? Now I am using concat method with str.concat students. So what does it mean? It looks like that we are combining the students with hello, right? But as it is immutable, it's not possible to add anything in the given string. So what actually happening? Virtual machine is creating new object after this, and that is hello students. Why new object? Because we cannot combine or we cannot make changes in the given string as it is immutable. So it creates a new string object, and this value is given to the reference str only. Now str will refer to this new object. And what about this old copy? Old copy will be removed by garbage collector. Fine. So str is now referring to the new object. So new copy will be created actually. We are not making changes in the given string. It looks like that we have combined the new string in the given string. But actually in the background what is going on? New object is created and reference variable is referring to the new object, and this old copy will be removed by the garbage collector. I hope you have understood. So in this chapter we will discuss various string operations like length, charac, trim, equals, ignore case, and many others. So let's take first length. So length method returns number of characters, right? It returns number of characters, like string s equals to hello. Hello is a string, right? So if I write s dot length, so it will return number of characters. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will assign in a variable L of which data type? Int data type, as it is returning the number, right? Integer. So length, what will be the value of L? L will be 5. Fine. So it returns the number of characters. I hope it is clear, right? And if we take any empty string, it will return L equals to 0. Now the second is caret. So what is caret? Caret is the method which accepts the index as an argument and returns the character. For example, if I say string s equals to welcome, right, and s dot char at suppose 2, right, and char at returns character, so I will return in a ch variable of which data type? Char data type, right? So let's see where is the index 2. So I have already told you index starts with 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is 2? L. So what will be the value of ch? If I display ch, what will be displayed? L, right? So L will be displayed. L is the output of this. So what is caret? Caret accepts the index as an argument and returns the character, right? Now the third is trim. Trim method. What does it do? Trim method removes the leading and trailing spaces from the string. For example, if I have given string s, I am leaving the space, this is called leading space, hello, again space, students, and then we close the inverted comma with one space. So this is leading space and this is trailing space, right? So trim method removes this leading and trailing space, and point to be remember, it does not remove the space between the two words, right? It will not remove this space, it will remove only leading and trailing space. So if I write s dot trim, it will remove the spaces, but again it is returning a string only. So I will assign into another string, string s1. So s1 will be string without leading and trailing spaces. This is the only function of trim method. Now the next is equals. So as the name indicates, equals, it compares two strings. It checks whether the two strings are identical or not. If they are identical, it returns Boolean, true. Otherwise, it returns false. So if I take string s1, hello, and the second string s2, world, right? And if I write s1 dot equals s2, means we are comparing these two strings whether they are identical or not. When they will be identical? When the length of string will be same, means number of characters will be same, length as well as the characters, means number of characters as well as the characters itself should be same, means if there is h, it should be h here, if here it is e, it should be e, l, fine. So when they will be identical? When the length of the string will be same and the characters will be same and the cases should be matched. If it is lower case, it should also be lower case. E is lower, then this e should be lower. If I, for example, instead of if I take string s3 hello. This is again hello, but this is in lowercase, this is in uppercase. And if I write S1 dot equals S3, so it will be true or false? It will be false. And we will assign in a Boolean data type, this also Boolean Z1, right? In this case, Z1 will also be false and Z will also be false. Why this is false? Because it is capital. So cases also be matched, right? If you want to ignore the cases, then the next method is equals ignore case. So very similar to this. So let's see the last method, equals ignore case. Equals ignore case. So as the name indicates, it also compares the string but by ignoring the cases. So in this case, if I take string S1 hello, right, and string S2 hello in small case, this I am taking in capital hello, right? Now if I write S1 dot equals S2, true or false? It will be true only, because in this case cases will be ignored, only the characters will be matched and that are same, Boolean X. So what is X? X will be true, right? So I hope you have understood these 5 operations, string operations. So let's see this program, small program. Write the program to display the following pattern. So if the sample input is book, book is a string, it's a word. So output should be like this. Fine. So let's start the program. First, as we have to input the string, so again same thing, import java.util.asterisk, right? Then class string1, right? String is a class, I can't take string, so I have taken string1. Then public static void main, then we will create the object of scanner class, scanner obj equals to new scanner system dot in, right? Then we will declare a variable string s, right? And we need to find out its length also, so I am taking one more variable int l, right? So let's see. So first system.out.println, enter a string, and then we will use obj.next. So enter a string or a word, you can say. So if you are taking string, you need to take next line, but if you are mentioning the word, single word, right? So in that case we will use the next. So in sample input it is a one word only, so that's why I am taking the word and we are using the next, and we will assign into s equals to obj.next, right? Then now we need to find out its length. So how will you find out its length? By using the length method, s.length, and we will assign into l. So what will be l? If you are giving book 4, l will be 4. Now we will use the loop for int I equals to 0. Why start from 0? Because the index starts with 0 only. I 0 say I less than l, not equal, I less than l, I plus plus. So loop will go from 0 to l, right? Now we need to extract the character, and to extract the character from the string, which function we use? Char at. So we will write char ch equals to s dot char at, and in char at we will pass I. Fine. And then we will display system dot out dot println. We will simply display the ch. So how does it work? 0 to L loop चला आपका, 0 से L तक, ठीक है. Then s dot char at, first I is 0, so it will return B. So B will be displayed, fine, and the loop is closed. So next time s dot char at 1 is O. So O will be returned and assigned in CH, then O will be displayed as we have given println. So all the characters will be displayed in next line. So first B, then because of println the line will be changed, then O, again the line will be changed, then O, and then at the last K will be displayed. So by using the char at only, char at will extract the characters from a string, and system.println will display in the next line. Simple. Fine. For close, then main close, and then class close. So this was a simple program. So I hope you have understood. We will make few more programs based on these 5 operations only. First we will practice these 5 operations, and in the next video we will make more programs based on these operations. So I hope you have understood. So thanks for watching. Thank you.